Good morning, everybody. Wrangler, you're the star of the show. You're supposed to say hello. Hello. We just woke up. Can you guys tell? Usually, any normal dog, you would be outside and they'd be running around and acting crazy and going poop and pee and just running around in the yard, right? Not this dog. He's sitting on my lap. I'm just trying to drink my coffee and do a live stream, and he is sitting on my lap. Say hi, Rangy. Say hi, Rangy. This is my members only stream since I didn't do one yesterday, and I really, really love all of my members. So I want to make sure that I do a members only stream at least once a week because you guys are important to me, as well as my Patreon members. I wish I could somehow incorporate them to be able to participate, but it is two separate platforms, so I'll have to come up with different ways to do things for my Patreon members. I hope everybody can hear me okay. It's Saturday, you guys. Woo woo! Apparently it's 30 degrees out here. Definitely doesn't feel like it in the sun. How's everybody doing today? I just realized my members probably aren't here. It's very early. Sorry. This is a Bahamas cup. So, as with my previous rants, I'm definitely going to rant, but this one's going to be a little bit different because I keep being told kind of what to do on my own channel, and I don't really like it. I know that my channel has always been different because I've always been very open about what I go through and what my life's like and what I have going on and what issues I have or what I'm dealing with at the moment. And that leaves a big window of opportunity for haters, trolls, stalkers, whatever you want to call them, to take that information and use it against me or utilize it to hurt me in some sort of way. And I know that. But I cannot come up here and be somebody that I'm not, and I cannot come up here and not discuss certain things that I'm going through because it's a huge part of my life and a part of who I am. I can't believe I look like this and I'm on camera. Like, he was supposed to be over there and I was supposed to be recording him over there, but no, he's right in my lap like always. But I haven't been very active and I haven't been very present because, and again, I'm just going to go ahead and just say it all because I really, really, truly am just, the reason that I do it is because I know that people can be cruel and I know that people can be evil and I know that people go real life and I know that people are ugly and I am expecting them not to be, if that makes sense. But if they are, it's something that I put myself into. So my issue lately, of course, has been the holidays are coming up. I went from being happily married, and I mean happily. I was elated. I mean, I felt like I met the guy that I was looking for all my life. And it's very sad to know that that wasn't the case. And so it's been about 2.5 months. I've been just trying to go and live day by day and handle things how I possibly best I can. And so I guess it kind of all hit me at once, and I've just been having a really hard time, and my anxiety is back full force. Like, I barely could stay at work the other day. It just feels like it's uncomfortable to breathe, and when you have health anxiety, it's really hard to get through every day, especially when you start feeling a certain way. Any little feeling is like, what if this is that? Or what if that's that? And I really, really, really am terrified my daughter may be doing the same type of stuff that I was doing. She's showing signs and acting the same way that I am. And I really try not to show it in front of her. So I don't know how to fix that other than counseling, which we're set up to go to here shortly, couple weeks. Wrangler, you're really not being a Wrangler rant today. It's situated. He always has to move around and get comfortable. So, that being said, the stuff that I'm going through makes it really hard to participate in the back and forth drama on the internet because it's very unimportant. Oh, is he gonna go play? Are you gonna go play? Where'd you go? I need one of these stands for this phone because I'm not very good at maneuvering it like myself. If you see, sorry guys. Okay, yeah. Sorry, now that I've given y'all a freaking straight up, it's not wanting to stay. Come on. My pop socket's not doing its job. There. And I look crazy, you guys. I just woke up and I look crazy. So, keeping up with this internet drama. Let me see if I can change the camera view. Hey, Layla. Oh no, orientation is locked. Okay. He's over there, finally. Thanks for commenting. I know it's super early for most of you guys. I wanted to get this out of the way, and I was upset I didn't do a live for my members yesterday. And I just wanted to have a live for my members because that's... But then again, is it really a live for my members if they're not here? That sucks. Maybe I should have moved the time. Maybe we'll do another one tonight when I go take him for a walk. I'm going to start walking him again because he needs to be walked. He needs to get his energy out. And in the summer here, it was too hot for him. We'd go a block and he would be like, he can't breathe very good. But I need the exercise, he needs the exercise, and so we're going to start doing it again. So the Wrangler rants are going to go back to old days where I used to walk him and try and talk at the same time, which is like me going and him going. So it'll be fun, you guys. I want to make this fun again. This kind of stopped being fun, for me at least, and I just really want to make it fun again because what's the point of being here if this is not fun? Sorry, you guys. I'm just having a hard time getting set up here. But as you see, I literally rolled out of bed and my hair is crazy. I need a haircut. You guys, okay, who follows TikTok? There's a virtual trend that was going on and it was called the wolf cut. And a lot of people on TikTok did it. And it consists of pulling your hair up, I think like this in the front, and then chopping off like this much, and then doing like a halfway, and then pulling your hair up, and then chopping this much, and then people would flip their hair over, and it would be like this amazing just like cut. I got hair cutting scissors. I have enough hair to be able to do it and mess it up and then just go get it fixed at the hair place. But I don't know if anybody would want to see that because, like, I don't know. It's not, my channel is usually not a channel of stuff where I do stuff like that, but I've really been wanting to do something different. I mean, I have a lot of hair. I have a lot of hair. And the girl that does my hair usually, she's booked up until like January. So I don't know if I want to take the chance and just go to some other random person or what. But if I did that, like I said, you guys, I have so much freaking hair. that I have enough to be able to mess it up and then have somebody cut it and fix it. So anyways, and now he's sunning. I love it when he does this. It's so cute to me. Hold on, let me switch y'all. Ah! Okay. He's out here sunning himself. Because it's like, it says it's 38 degrees out here, but I doubt it. But in the sun, it's probably like 50. So, I haven't been participating in the drama, but I see that the drama is getting worse and worse. And of course, I'm going to put my input in where it's not needed or where it's not asked for. But that's just what I do. And from what I see of the drama, it's like the same characters that are known to do bad things, like dox, use people's essay reports and read them out loud, or call people disgusting names, tell people to do disgusting things with their bodily organs. All of these people are still doing the exact same thing that they were doing before. Imagine that, right? It's like expecting somebody to be different all of a sudden. It's not reality. It's insanity. Doing the same thing or expecting the same thing from the same person, from the same amount of work. It's I don't know. And for me, I still can't stand watching Katie or watching everything Katie does. You know, I actually had watched a couple of storylines that Katie followed by Katie before, and now it's just like I can't stand, I really seriously, and I even have a hard time putting on Charlotte when she's doing Katie content, but Charlotte is my friend, so I just turn the volume down or whatever, because, you know, I'm just gonna, for a couple of my friends, I do that. I do the participation and engagement by just turning it on and turning it down. But Katie is always going to be Katie. She's always going to do what she does. She's always going to make some sort of spectacle of herself. She's always going to have a crazy story for something. She's always going to embellish everything. You cannot expect her not to do that, because that's what she does. And so coming out of that and becoming an anti-KJ community, which I never considered myself a part of the anti-KJ community. And the reason that is because I was never against Katie. I was never vocal or speaking out against Katie. I mean, I'd criticize her here and there and say, hey, this is what she did and I don't agree with it. But I was more or less super critical of the people that were critical of her, as in the anti-KJ community. So I feel like I actually was an anti community person, if that makes sense. Now I'm going to start sounding like a weirdo, because it's like I was always against that anti aspect of the community. To me, anybody that's that focused on being against something, not necessarily that they're bad, but they're ultimately going to find something else, and they're ultimately going to, and I've said this from day one, and all of my videos are still up, so you could typically go back and look, but I've always said, if you are, and this is another thing, okay, I hear and see a lot of people saying things like, well, this person doesn't bother me. I see that they're doing this and this to somebody else, but they don't bother me. And therefore, that person is still cool with me and they're still my friend. Well, what I have to say about that is, if you hang out with dope dealers and you watch them deal dope to young children and you're okay with that because they don't do it to your children, or you don't do dope, but you consistently hang out with them on a daily basis and you see what they're doing and you don't stop them, or you don't, you know, let somebody know, hey, this is not okay. Just because you don't do that with them and you don't have a problem with it because it's not being done to you, you still are associated with that bad behavior, and you still are somewhat responsible if the person gives dope to somebody that's underage and they pass away or something, God forbid. And that's just my very dramatic version of a story that could possibly come to life, but doesn't, because it's not a real story. Ultimately, you are who you associate yourself with, if that makes sense. And I've always known that as to be true. Like, back in middle school, I was in band, so I was a band nerd, even though I really, 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 where did you go, Wrangler? I really didn't participate very much in band. I mean, I was in marching band at one point, but it was painful. And I didn't really make a lot of friends with the people in band, but I was considered a band nerd. Here you go. Come on. I wasn't looking at chat if there was any. Probably not. So for me, it's like, ultimately, you can't just take that label of being associated with the person that you support or the person that you're friends with and throw it away as if just because you don't want to be associated with that person. Does that make sense? Do you guys understand what I'm trying to say? It's like, it doesn't work that way. If you hang out with dogs that have fleas, you're going to get fleas. They transfer over. But ultimately, people feel that they can do or say whatever and then make their own excuse up as to what they want it to be. And it's like, that's the problem with the internet. That's the problem with a lot of these communities, is that people can just say whatever they want to. They don't have to show proof. They don't have to actually prove by example or give a reasonable excuse or explanation. They just say what they want to say, and that's that. Like, I've seen recently that I was a doxer. Ooh, okay, well, show it to me. Nobody can show it to me, nor do they want to show it to me. So it's like, okay, well, that claim is null and void. I mean, you should have to be showing your examples or your proof of what you're trying to claim. And it's like, it's not the case. This is why this whole community and the whole online business of being on YouTube, it's really difficult. It's really difficult. And it's not that much fun anymore, because it's like, if you speak out against something and somebody just disagrees with you and doesn't like what you have to say, they just go out and do these streams about you as to how and why and where and what. And it's like, if they have even a remote following, you just get a bunch of people that follow along and just hate you because that person hates you. And it's like, no, I'm not that person that this person has made me out to be. I'm not. And with me, I've tried as hard as I could to be as real as I possibly could on this platform, because that's why I came here. I came up here because it's very therapeutic for me to be able to have conversations like this and to be able to talk like this and get everything out that I want to say or that I've been feeling. And a lot of times it's something that's my personal life or something that I'm going through. And a lot of times people have good advice for me, or they have, certain things they say back that makes me realize, hey, well, maybe I didn't look at the situation this way. And that's what I crave. And with the world the way that it is, I don't have that in real life with real people. And that's sad, because it's what everybody needs. It's what everybody was made to be like. And as humans, like, we're not meant to be alone and solitary. We're meant to make friends and be kind and have people around us and to be able to socialize. And it's like, with the world the way it is, it's really difficult. And I just hate that for us. But I hate it now with YouTube, is because everybody's just in this constant bicker, back and forth drama battle, and things are going real life with some of you guys. Like, calling CPS, calling people to get a welfare check. As a prior EMT, which I know I say that a lot, and that's my bragging right. I never thought I could do that in my life, become an EMT. I drove lights and sirens to places with people in the back that were dying. I did CPR on people that were dying. And it's probably one of my greatest accomplishments, because of the fact that I've had anxiety for as long as I can remember. I've never ever thought I would be able to do something like that, and I did. But as a first responder, knowing that there are people out on this platform that are calling first responders for internet drama, it makes me angry. It makes me very angry, because that's a wasted resource that's going to somebody that's not in need. And there's so many people that are actually in need that are not getting the well, they're eventually going to get the proper care if they call, but it's going to take a lot longer, because for the city that I'm in, there's 13 ambulances, 14 ambulances, and at all times maybe like 8 are staffed. And so if there's an incident where, 1 or 2 are going to calls that are wasted time, not necessary, then, there's always a chance that there's going to be somebody that's going to have a wait time that's going to be a long time, and it could be detrimental to them. So for me, calling people in real life that are first responders for internet drama that's not necessary, and it's just some sort of game, is just like the lowest of low. Also, the whole CPS, calling CPS, don't get me started. It's like, why can people not comprehend, like, their actions and how they affect the child? And why can people not, for me, I try to put myself in somebody else's shoes. Like, if I do a piece on somebody, if I feel like somebody deserves a whole roast and I do a rant on them, or I do a segment on them, I always think to myself, well, what would I feel like if this was being done to me? And then I think to myself, well, had I done this and this and this, which is typically, what I'm going to roast the person for or discuss the person for. And I think to myself, had I done this, this, or this, would it be okay as a response for me to respond to this, that, and that? And most of the time, I'm okay with what I'm saying, and I'm okay with how I'm dissecting things, because as the person on the other side, I would be expecting somebody to call me out for the things that I've done. Like, I expect people to, it's human nature to respond. If somebody's on a live stream and they're saying, hey, PJ did this and this, and she's a shitty person, and she sucks, and she hates her dog, and she doesn't take care of her dog, and he needs to be taken from her, and she's such a bad pet owner, and so I, in response, would respond to that, because it's human nature. I'm not going to sit here and listen or be told about a live stream that's being done where somebody's claiming that I've used my animal that is clearly abused, you guys. As you can see, this is how we drink our coffee in the morning, on the weekends at least. He's just licking his paw because he's allergic, but he's got the life. He's like a lap cat, lap dog, whatever you want to call it. He's not abused by no means. And so I expect the same from other people, just like I would do. So if somebody did something and did a video on me, said I abused my dog, whatever, I would respond. It's human nature to respond, especially when it's related to my dog, because he's my number 2 after my child. And God help you if anybody ever did anything with my child, which, again, this is why this sucks, because my channel, again, I really want to be very open. I want to talk about things that are relating to me, things that I go through, things that I feel, things that are happening, but it's somewhat dangerous, because people will take that information and they will use it and go real life just because they dislike you or something that you did or said, and that is not okay. I want people to really look at this video and try to put themselves in the person's shoes. Like, before you go real life, hey, what would I feel like if somebody called so-and-so on me? What would that feel like? And therefore, Should I do that? The answer is always no. Unless you truly know that somebody's being harmed in a way that's life threatening, you should not be going real life on anybody, period. We're all human beings. We all have feelings. We all sometimes will react out of emotion. And therefore, it's normal for people to respond if you say something against them. It's normal. I expect it every single time that I've done it. I expect a response because that's what happens. That's human nature. But to go out of your way to be extra, and to me, that's like making posters of people with their faces, making freaking community posts with people's children, doing streams discussing people's children or their trying to take away their livelihood. It's not necessary. This is the internet. It's supposed to be fun, and it's not fun anymore. Like, what's going on currently? Let me see. I've seen it on Twitter. Waxy said something on a live stream, I think with Lil Red, or on Kay's live stream, where she said she believed that people that were involved with Nat were so-and-so and so. I'm not going to say names. God forbid. If I said names, then, I would be just as bad. Well, since then, Waxy had things going on where she got burnt really bad from cooking. And the way that she said what she said, she had included Charlotte in her claim, which I want to say this right here and right now. I speak for myself. I do have friends within the community that are very close friends that I talk to almost daily. And so sometimes I'll include some of them, and I still almost feel like I need to make like a banner that says I speak for myself and I speak for myself only, because that's just that. You can misspeak and then have that other person be dragged. Ever since she said what she said, Kay's been dragged and Charlotte's been dragged. And I understand that it seems as though Waxy misspoke or has some sort of information that she's not willing to share. But Waxy never came back out and said, hey, I made a mistake, which is fine. A lot of people don't have... Wrangler. Alright. This is not working out for me, my dude. This is just not. You're giving my whole audience a view of your balls. Really? Sorry, guys. But no, basically, it's like she doesn't have... A lot of people don't do well with confrontation. And I understand that. But it's like when your actions are affecting other people because you mentioned the other people, you should try and go out of your comfort zone and at least state, hey, this person's not involved. If that's all you said, it would be grand. Like, hey, this person wasn't, in fact, aware of what I was speaking of, But let's be on the point. Like, I don't think that Miss Waxy has the ability to speak for whatever reason. And if she misspoke, I don't feel like she has the ability to say, hey, I misspoke. And I don't feel like we can force that out of her. We can't make her say sorry. I mean, so it's like, why are we dragging things out from, like, 6 months ago? I feel like it's just boring. It's old. It feels like an attack on the poor lady, which I don't know the lady, so I don't know. But then there's, like, the Roadhog AZ drama, which both characters go low. Unfortunately, AZ does a lot of her dirty work on Instagram, and so it's kind of hard to trace, and a lot of people don't realize that it's happening, and so they're like, oh, this poor dude is picking on this lady, and blah, blah, blah. They're both equal grime. They're both ugly. They're both, doing their dirty work. They're both doing the same work, and it's like, I feel like when people are going back and forth like that, just let them be. I don't agree with any of the things that are getting said on either side. And so it's like, if people want to go back and forth with each other, it's not my business. It shouldn't be anybody else's business. I mean, it's kind of entertaining, like as if you're watching some reality show on TV, but ultimately it's like, this is real life. The people on the reality shows that you're watching are actors. And so it's like this is a little bit different, although it has the same entertainment aspect or value. This is a little bit different because a lot of times people will actually get hurt in real life, whether it's just their feelings or, you know, their income or their whatever in real life, because these people are going real life, and I don't like that. That makes me really not want to be on the platform. But I do a lot of journaling, and I've written out some pros and cons as to what YouTube does for me or what it brings for me. And as a single mother, the little teeny tiny extra income is extremely helpful just for little things that are extra, like for myself. And it's very helpful to talk like this to somebody, even if it's just to myself, because I can't see the screen. I can't see who's here or if even anybody's here. But it helps because after I'm done with one of these, I feel better. I feel like I've said things that I needed to say. I feel like I've kind of talked out some of the things that have been in my mind that I've been thinking of. And I feel better. It's like the book Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. Women are different than men. When we have a problem or when we have something to say, we say it and then we feel better about it. We're not looking for a solution. We're not looking for some sort of plan on how to fix it. We're just talking about it and then ranting and raving and bitching about it and just blah, 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 blah. And then we're like, okay, it's over. And then we're done with it. But men, they're different because if they're talking about something, they're looking to find some type of solution, resolution, some type of way to fix the problem. And so we think and do things differently as a species. But for me, this is extremely helpful because I get to say how I feel and what's been going on and what I'm thinking, and then it's over. Not that the drama online is going to be over, but my thoughts on it are over. For the moment, at least. This dog. Let's see. Can you guys see him good? Yeah. He's just lounging. So, yeah. Trying to think of if there's anything else that I had to say. There's so many battles going back and forth that just keep recirculating. It's just like, ugh. It gets old after a while. But with the whole anti-community, there's always going to be another anti or another person that gets put in that spotlight of being an anti. And it's old. I don't like being a part of something where we always find some person to focus on as the person that's the target. It doesn't feel good. And it doesn't feel good being the person that's being targeted. So it's like I said before several times, I always try to think of the thing as what it would be like when it's done to me and what it feels like when I'm doing it. So it's not fun. It can be good for somebody's mental health on either side. And I wish there was just a way to do better. And I just wish there was a way to just, I don't know, YouTube is hard because once you build your platform and once you become a set channel that does a set content, you can't just change it because the people that are here for your Wrangler rants, for example. And the people that will come from new content won't be the old content people, and so therefore you're going to lose the people that you have, and then you're going to have to start all over. Basically, with the way that YouTube is set up, if you want to start doing a new content on your channel, you typically have to start a whole new channel, and that's like hard. So I can't believe I'm on camera. I literally just rolled out of bed and I went to sleep super early. I woke up actually at 6 and then I just kind of still lay there. And then I really just got out of bed. Like right before I got on here. Wrangler, do you really have to lick your paw this entire time? That's all he does lately. Paw licking. Anyways, that's basically all I had to say. I hope everybody has a good rest of your day. I don't know if I'm going live tonight. I was supposed to, but I haven't set up a thumbnail. I haven't set up anything as for notifications. And so that usually doesn't help because the stream doesn't get much much of an audience. So I might push it back just cause, but I might not. We'll see. It'll be a PJ and Bananas question everything, and it'll probably be based on what's been going on lately and the drama, because, you know, we gotta look at all sides and question all aspects of everything, because that's fun. Dog. He used to have a heart. Yeah, he still has a heart shape on his back. Oh, that's why I picked him. He was a cute little puppy with a heart on his back. Anyways, thank you guys for being here. I will see you guys next time. Hopefully tonight. We'll see. Have a good rest of your day, everybody. Bicycle. Bicycle. How do I end it?